All right, I'm wasting too much time. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Faith, and I'm back with another video. This time, we are talking about the stock market, and we're gonna make you some money. I'm gonna give you guys a free play, something that I've been looking into. I'm actually in the play already. I'm currently down, which is good, so that you guys can get a better average than I have. I'm gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. I'm gonna show you why I'm looking at it. And but before we get into that, I also want to tell you guys some stuff. So we all know that we just had a new president elect, and the market has been seeing a lot of volatility due to that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go over a few things and show you some things on the charts, and we will take it from there. Let me see if I can get my chart set up for you, and we will jump right into it. Can y'all see that? Y'all can see the charts? Okay. All right, perfect. So let's go to something that I'm not really right now. All right, here we go. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a play. This is going to be a long-term play. So I don't enter this play if you do not have time, if you do not have patience, if you do not have discipline. Do not enter this play. Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you guys what I'm looking at. Anything that you take, any plays that you take will be yours. It will be dependent completely upon you whenever you decide to enter, whenever you decide to exit. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just something that I'm looking at. So I actually entered a play, and I am in some Celsius calls, right? Now I have this level. If you go back and you look at, I'm on the daily chart. This is TradingView, by the way, for all of you um, who are wondering what this is. It's tradingview.com. So you can go to TradingView, and this is the software that I use to chart my levels on whatever stock I'm deciding to look at. So I'll go to tradingview.com, and if you go on a daily chart, you'll see that this is a huge level right here that we're approaching. So back in July 29th, back in July we had some, oh yeah, this is so beautiful. Even before then, okay, so let's go back to June of this year, 2024. You had, it started in May, and it started to rise in May, and then it came here to this level here, this 28 level, and it rejected off of this 28 level. So that's one rejection, right? I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to read this. Let me see if I can make my camera smaller so that you guys can see everything. There we go. So it rejected off of this level here. Bam, reject, came back, rejected again, rejected again, and it finally broke through back in September of 2024, right? But it broke through, and it came back to this, what is this, a 3650 level, 3645 level, and it was a hard rejection here, and it went right back under this level. So this 29, 28 level on Celsius, um, this is a pretty strong level. So I'm going to show you guys why I'm watching this and how I would play it, how I'm going to play it. I'll even show you guys my exact position because I am in this for longs. So what I'm going to do is, all right, so it rejected off of 3650, came back 28 level, slight bounce here if you look, slight bounce, and then it rejected. All right. And now it's approaching this level again in July. Reject, reject, a little consolidation here, and it busts through this level again and rejected again off this 3650 level. So what you want to see is now you starting to see some consolidation in between these levels, in between this 28 and 29 level. That's why I got a zone right here, because it's not like one specific level. It's actually a zone. 28, 29 level. And it's consolidation here, consolidation, consolidation. It broke above, but that was a false breakout. Here, rejected, and it's kind of been holding this level, right? Whenever you see this, it's just been holding, 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 holding. And then back in April, we had a nice bounce off of this level. And it even went all the way up as high as $69 back in August. And then if you guys play chart patterns, I know a lot of people don't play chart patterns. So here's the thing, right? So even when I was getting taught how to trade, um my mentors, one of my mentors specifically told me that he does not trade chart patterns at all. He said that, and this is true. Like the information that he gave me to back it up is actually true, and I can see why everybody has their own style of trading. So it doesn't always mean that whatever he said is right or whatever he said is wrong. He has a specific way of trading. He used to work on Wall Street for hedge funds. The price action is controlled by algos, right? When I say algos, that's short for algorithms. So he doesn't really believe in chart patterns. But I can say personally, this is what I would do if I was a trader, especially if I was a new trader, if I was not a profitable trader. Get as much information as you can and test it out, because you're going to try some things that work and you're going to try some things that don't work. So you need to find out. This is what I did. I had about 6 mentors, right? They all had different trading strategies. They all used different position sizes. Um, some traders believe in chart patterns. Some traders do not believe in chart patterns. So I had to test them out for myself to see, because I was getting conflicting information, right? I tested it on myself. I came to the conclusion that I like chart patterns, right? I've just seen them work more times than they don't work. Granted, chart patterns do not always play out. No, there is no strategy in the history of trading that hits 100% of the time. No strategy that hits 100% of the time. So what I did was I tested it out. And this is actually a chart pattern that I like, that this is the reason why I got in. Um, but I'm going to show you guys a chart pattern that actually played out this time here. So if you look at Celsius, if you go and let me see, where is, so you have bam, 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 right? Now what is that? That's an M. It looks like an M, but the chart pattern is called a double top. Now, if I go here, let me delete this. If you go to Google and you type in double top chart pattern, bam, this is what happens. Can I get rid of that? There we go. Hold on, let me see if I can find a different. Let me just look for the image. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So you go to Google and you type in chart patterns and you search double top. Now this is what happens. So same chart pattern that we have here on, let me move this over here. Bam. Top, down, top, down, here. Same thing, right? You see this on the chart? Top, down, top, down, same thing, right? They look the exact same. Yes, dear. How can I help you? I am shooting content. What's up?
I love you.
I love you too.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. All right. So yeah. So you go to the chart. This is Trading View, and right now we are on. Let me get rid of that. Right now we are on the daily chart of Celsius. Right, and I'll make this chart bigger. Daily chart. This is so beautiful. I want to introduce you guys to something that I learned. It doesn't happen all the time, so you really have to go and look at these stocks, and you have to find these. Now, there are tons of chart patterns. This is just one that I found that works. The problem is you don't see this pattern all the time, so you really have to look for it. Double top, bam, bam. It looks like an M. Double top, bam, bam. It looks like an M. You see what happened? Once it breaks this neckline, price drops. Here's the neckline on this one. Bam. Price dropped after it broke that neckline. Now, this price action continues to drop all the way down into a support level. The support level here is, I'll take this out, 28. So you see what happened the first time. Now we're on a daily time frame. So it drops down to this support level, bam, 28, and you see what happens right here. Boo! It bounces, right? Big bounce. Then it comes back down to the same support level. Boom, bounce. The bounce is not as big this time, right? You got to think of it as like a basketball. If you take, I don't have a basketball in here, but if you were to take a basketball and if you were to take a basketball and you throw it on the ground, right? The very first time that it bounces, it's gonna bounce high, right? The second time it bounces, it hits the ground, it's not gonna bounce as high as it did the first time. Think of this as like a basketball. Bam! If I take a basketball and I go, bam, it's gonna bounce. Big bounce first time. If I don't touch it again and it bounces the second time, if it bounces here the first time, the second time it bounces, if I don't throw it on the ground again, it's going to bounce here. It's going to bounce here. It's going to bounce here until eventually it just stops, right? So this is the second bounce. Bam, bounces, bam, bounces. Now it's reaching this area of support. So this is what I did. You can take a trend line and you can look at this a few different ways, but this is how I'm looking at it. And I like I said, I actually am in this play. So I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you exactly why I'm in this play. What you have when you trade stocks are called areas of confluence, right? The more areas of confluence that you have, the higher probability the setup is, right? You want to go in heavy on high probability setups because the thing about it is the market is already designed. You already have so many qualifying factors going against you as dumb money, as a retail trader. When I say dumb money, retail traders are considered dumb money, right? Um, if you don't have millions, hundreds, tens of millions of dollars, if you don't have tens of millions of dollars, if you don't have hundreds of millions of dollars and you're just a day trader or a long-term trader, we're considered dumb money. If you're trading right now and you have a Robinhood account, a Webull account, and you're trading, you're a retail trader, right? We're all considered dumb money. This is what happens. Trend line here on the daily, bam, right here. Now, this is also what you could argue that this is a bull flag. This is a bull flag actually. But more than that, three areas of confluence, you have a high probability setup. When you have high probability setups, you want to go in heavy because the odds are already stacked against you as a retail trader, right? When you have a high probability setup, you start taking out some of those odds, and now those odds are in your favor instead of going against you. So this is what happens. I drew this trend line here on a daily chart. I didn't even check the weekly. I guess you could you could yeah, no. Not the weekly. Just do the daily. This is the one that I found it on. So, bam, and take another trend line. This is the RSI, and bam. So if you want RSI, just go and add it. It's just an indicator. Just type in RSI under your indicators, and it'll pop up. Just add it to your chart, right? This is what we call, when you see this, bam, bam. This is called bullish divergence, right? If you don't believe me, or if you don't think I'm telling the truth, or there's gonna be some traders who don't believe, argue with your mama. Don't argue with me, right? Bullish divergence on the daily chart. The higher time frame that you get something like this on, like if you saw bullish divergence on the 5 minute chart, I wouldn't necessarily ignore it, but I wouldn't go super heavy into that position if you were to open a position. On the daily chart, bullish divergence on the daily chart is considered a high probability setup. This is the information that they don't want you to know, right? High probability setup, for one, you have the bullish divergence. For two, you had the double top right back into support. This is a good play. Now, don't take my word for it. Give it some time and let the play actually play out, and we'll see what happens at the end of this play. So, this is just so fucking beautiful, man. Like, I want to add 100,000 to this play. I really, really. Now, this is what I would do. I would buy time. Let me show you guys the actual contracts that I'm in. I would buy time for sure. Um, yeah, I would do the $30 calls, and I would just buy. If you want to be like super safe, just buy like a year and a half worth of time, 2 years maybe. Um, I am in the. Let me tell you guys exactly what calls I'm in. I'm in the Celsius $30 calls. Let me see if I can pull it up on my screen so you guys can actually see. Um, Wait, unable to connect. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Y'all see it? Beautiful. 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 I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So I'm in the Celsius $30 calls, right? You guys want to know my strike price? I'm gonna show you. This is my current position, right? This is a starter position. Whenever you enter, you always want to enter starter positions first. Do not go in first, your first ad, with $50,000. You want to give yourself a little bit of room for leeway just in case you're wrong initially. But also, if you're wrong, that's why we buy time. So if you see, can you guys see? Yes, you can see my cursor. Perfect. So I purchased these 3 days ago on November the 7th of 2024. These expire January the 16th of 2026. So I have like a year and like 13 months, almost 13 months worth of time, right? And I'm currently down a total of 8%. I'm cool with that. I got a year's worth of time. I'm not in a rush to get out of these, right? So what I'm gonna do is, um, yeah, 3 contracts. So I'm gonna show you guys how to read this. I showed you guys how to read this already, and I think it was my last YouTube video, I believe. 3 contracts. I paid an average of $993, right? It says $9.93. But remember, I told you guys that whenever you see that, you have to multiply that by 100 because one contract equals 100 shares, right? So one contract equals 100 shares. Multiply 100 times $9.93. If you do 100 times $9.93, you get $993. I paid $993 per contract and I bought 3 contracts, right? This is my total market value. This is the amount of money I put in plus the amount of money I've lost or gained so far. Right now it's loss, right? So I lost $240. So if you add $240 to 2739, that's the amount I started with. 240 plus 2739 equals, I put in $2,900, right? Initially. Go back. And that's that. I mean, that's really it. I'm sitting up here trying to explain this video that's what I've been recording for what 21 minutes now. That is really it. This is a high probability setup that I would take every single time. Even if I lost. Even if I lost and took a L on this trade, this is a trade that I would take 10 out of 10 times. This is a high probability setup, right? I kind of want to go into more detail, but we're already at 20 minutes, so I don't really want to. I don't want to bore you guys, but I do want to get you this information. I want to show you guys like the calculator, but we'll do that another time. We'll do the calculator another time. But double top pattern. And another way you could have played this, honestly, is you saw when you saw this, bam, bam. I would have entered right here. Puts though. Oh, can you guys see me? Yeah, you can see it. I would have entered right here. Puts. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, but you don't really know what's gonna happen until you have to let the pattern kind of play out so that you can actually see the pattern before you enter your position. So bam, bam, immediately my brain goes off as double top. Immediately, double top. So I would have started taking puts somewhere around here. Like you're never gonna catch the entire move. You're never gonna nail the top I'm not gonna say never. It can happen. Is it likely to happen? It's not really likely to happen, but it is possible. But don't ever try to catch an entire move. The way we as day traders make money is by capitalizing off of a move. It doesn't have to be the entire move. You put a lot of money in a small move and you'll make a huge return. But yeah, I would have entered somewhere around here, and almost immediately if I would have entered here, because if I would have entered puts in this red candle here, I'm gonna zoom in closer. If I would have entered puts in this red candle, and this very next candle, the very next day, I would have been red. I would have been down on my position. But the following day, oh boy, that would have been a nice payday. It went from 95 to as low as 77 on that day. Oh man, that would have been a nice payday. And you could have bought some time on those. You could have bought like a month or 2 months out on those and just rode this all the way down. You could have rode this all the way down. But this is what I'm looking out for. Celsius. Yeah, man. Celsius, Celsius, Celsius. I'm looking at calls. Actually, not looking at calls. I'm in calls. As I showed you, this is live. This is my live position. See, you guys can see November 7th, November 7th, November 7th, 995, 95, and 990. Yeah. So that's it. Like I don't know. A lot of people make trading complicated when it's pretty simple, man. It's not easy. It's simple, but a lot of people just make it complicated. I wanted to show you guys exactly what I was in, and yeah. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, some of you will enter this play with me, and I look forward to making money with you all very, very soon. Peace and hair grease, and I will see y'all later. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can't wait. I pray, and I hope that some of you come and make money with me in this Celsius play. But other than that, I want it to be known we're in November, and hopefully by December, hopefully next month, we'll see some type of action. We don't know. I bought a year and a month worth of time, like 13 months worth of time. So it could take 6 months. It could take 7 months. It could happen as early as next month. It could happen as early as next week. You don't know. That's why you play it safe and you buy time. So, but thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I'll see you later. We out.